This is
Eric and Gord. What if we're right?
Live right now.
Are you ready?
Find and like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
It's September 24th, 2020. I'm Eric, talking at you from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. And tonight's episode is brought to you by day drinking. Day drinking, because the weekend doesn't own bad decisions.
The weekdays are always getting left out, man. It's not fair.
Hey, Gord, how are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing?
Still doing good? That's good. I feel like we've done this before.
Kind of feel like we have, yeah. Got eaten alive already just from being outside for like fucking 20 minutes.
Oh, good. And I'm going to keep you out there for another extra 20, just starting the show over and over and over.
No, I moved in. I'm inside for the show because I just couldn't stand being eaten. I'd be slapping myself stupid the entire time. So
I got you. I would like to hear you do that anyway. That'd be a funny episode. Hi, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling your friends. Tell your friends to join us December 18th when Gord and I make our run for the Guinness Book of World Records, world's longest uninterrupted live webcast. 52 hours is the current record. Gord and I are going to not just break it, we're going to fucking demolish it. We're going for 60 hours. And all our friends who have been on the show have agreed to join us. Well, 3 out of all of them have agreed to join us so far. We got Chef Salty Pork, Casey Gonzalez has signed on, the functionally dysfunctional Jeffrey Davis, and the very lovely and very talented and very funny Raylene Tuskowski from the Stand Up Sex Show.
that was a lot of fun. It's a good episode.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to hearing what she's been doing. I haven't been following her that much. She doesn't post a lot, so she's very hard to follow.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a very fun show. I've got a couple of really good names in stand-up comedy, or definite maybes. And I'm trying to get a couple of celebrities, and I'm still working on Macaulay Culkin, who said he would do our show this year. And then we kind of lost track of each other, so I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I'm also putting an invite out to anyone in the Liberal government, ideally JT. He could be out of a job by then. So I would love to have a little chat with him, but anyone in the Canadian government actually would be great. So we'll see what happens. December 18th is the tentative date. But the Guinness people have the ultimate say in when and how this happens. So don't mark it on your calendar just yet. But I'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
And Gord's friends, Gary and Goober, have said they're going to help us out. What, Glenn and
Chris.
Glenn and Chris are going to help us out. Seem like a couple of cool cats. And anyone who wants to join us, the phone lines will be open, or you can contact us via probably Skype, StreamYard. I've put out an email to them to say, hey, guys, can you let us stream on your site for 60 hours? Because your webpage says 8. But
That's certainly not going to help very much.
on the like ultimate plan, the biggest plan you can pay for, you get 8 hours. And I said, that's very nice for people. How about 60? How about 8 times that? Does that work for you guys?
You'd be fine. They'd be fine with that. Why wouldn't they?
They have not responded.
You're probably just going to get like one of those emoticons, which is like a laughing face.
I'm going to reach out to Todd Cochran. I'm going to tell him actually what we're doing. And hopefully the folks at Blueberry will be willing to throw us a couple of bucks if I'll switch platforms. I will. Any podcasting platforms who happen to maybe listen to me and Gord's show, I am absolutely hunting for a new hosting company. So if you want to be the company that hosts the Guinness World Record holding podcast, please reach out to us, Gwyneth Paltrow's Vagina at gmail.com, and tell us what you bring to the table, because we're looking for a new host.
We certainly are.
Because $68 for the type of service I get from these guys, they've been good to me. I'm not going to say anything, but they're a little out of my price range right now.
Whoever decides, we'll make it worth your time.
And we are also accepting sponsors for the big deal. I've put us out in a couple of places, and we'll hear back. So anyone who wants to sponsor us, please, we're here for you. And that includes China. I don't care, whatever. You, if you're willing to throw us a couple of bucks, we'll say China's good.
Fuck it, why not?
What's going on in the world, Gord? How are you? I got a couple of stories actually that I want to bring up. Some good old fashioned Eric news.
Oh, nice.
I don't. If you want to start with that, or you want to start with your thing, whatever.
Well, I got one of it hanging on for a couple of days.
That's right, you do.
Ever since, well, especially since we were talking about with the Guinness and all. Did you know that on August 20th, 2013, the Guinness the world record for the world's biggest Lego tower was not only built but smashed by a group of students in Delaware, USA.
You know what? I actually did know that.
It was 112 feet high and constructed using more than 500,000 pieces of Lego.
That is very cool.
I just love the fact that they got to fuck it up afterwards. That's what the best part.
Yeah. Our record was attempted. The record was set in 2013, I believe, like 2014. Yeah. But there was an attempt on it about a year later, and I see a lot of articles about the leading up to the attempt, and then there's nothing after the attempt. But the record stands, so it was a whole group of college students that went after it, and then you don't read anything about it, so they obviously failed.
Clearly.
And we will not. But it's kind of funny. Just these articles are all very excited, and they're all so happy that they're going to break this record. And then there's just no articles talking about it, and the record hasn't changed. So that must have been
a little disappointing.
But the media gets excited about this stuff. So there'll be some media around our show, and you guys should probably jump on board. And build it. You can build a Lego tower while we podcast. That would be dope.
We'll be on long enough that you could do all that, construct it, and have it all ready.
Break 2 records at once. I'm trying to get a musical guest too. I want like Sarah McLachlan or Kim Mitchell. That would be dope.
Kim Mitchell would be great.
The 60-hour podcast music. Kim Mitchell. Eric and Gord. What if we're record holders?
So good.
And now I'm going to get that lady. I'm rehiring the lady. So the one who goes, listen to the world changing. It's going to be, listen to the world record changing.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
That's very cool.
Oh, fuck.
Congratulations, kids. I hope nobody ever breaks that record. I hope you just hold that title forever, because that's dope.
Yeah, that's a great thing. Everybody looks for ways to help burn those pesky calories.
Eat celery.
You can definitely eat celery. Or if you want, if you bang your head against a wall for 1 hour, that burns 150 calories.
That's true. And 300,000 brain cells.
That's right.
Which are just dead weight for most of you anyway.
Now, to give you guys an idea, so you can bang your head against the wall for an hour. That's 150 calories. Or you could walk your dog for 45 minutes, which will also bang or burn off 150 calories.
I think most people would probably go for the head banging.
I kind of would.
It's a lot quicker. And, doesn't involve walking or making PETA mad.
No, exactly. Everybody's happy with that, I guess. Another one I found that was kind of really neat. In Switzerland, very forward-thinking country, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig.
Yeah, you don't want guinea pigs to be lonely. That's why they make that sad noise.
That's right. Well, yeah, but they're because they're considered a social animal. It's considered victims of abuse if they're alone.
100%. I had one, and she was alone, and she was very unhappy. Well, she seemed unhappy. I didn't really like ask her, but she just seemed like generally despondent most of the time.
I didn't really ask her. It's great. Enjoyed that. You know how I love to bring up these phobias to you?
I do, and I love it when you do.
Well, I have another one to butcher as I try to say it. Pernophobia. Pernophobia.
Pernophobia.
Am I saying that right?
I have no idea.
Well, what would that sound like? Paternophobia? It's paternophobia. There it is. Paternophobia. Okay, so paternophobia is the fear of being tickled by feathers.
Oh, the P is probably silent. It's probably turnophobia.
I guess.
The fear of it. That, you know what? I almost have that one.
I
really
don't, because it's so soft of a touch that it's not ticklish.
I hate it.
Oh.
Number one, I hate tickling in general. Like that, I will punch you in the face if you try to tickle me, guy or girl.
You're one of those.
Yeah, just don't. It's bad. It's like traumatic for me. I don't like it. This is probably some childhood thing that I've repressed. But like with any sort of like object, like it's bad enough you're trying to tickle me, but introduce some foreign object, especially a filthy feather or something, forget it.
It's just not going to happen.
I will fight you to the death.
We'll fight you to the death. You'll die. That's funny. You know, I find this one to be, really strange, considering if science knows this, it should change a whole lot. Snakes can help predict earthquakes.
They most often don't, because they're bastards.
Because they're evil snakes. But they can actually sense a coming earthquake from 75 miles away and up to 5 days before it happens.
That's cool.
What I would like to know is how could you possibly know that? Like, what is the snake doing that's different in its daily routine to indicate that, oh shit, the earth is going to shake, I got to go in?
I don't know. My question would be, why the fuck aren't seismologists as smart as snakes?
That's a great question. Jesus Christ, you've been studying this for how long? And snakes can figure it out. So just put a bunch of cameras on some snakes and call it a day.
You know what I say about school?
It's for fools.
That's how useful it is, and dumber than snakes.
Oh, that's funny. So apparently, the oldest your mama joke, which is just called your mom joke, was discovered on a 3,500-year-old Babylonian tablet. That's
pretty sick. Those Babylonians were some. Number one, that's my favorite place in the world that starts with Babel. But they were
so
some
weird
funny
because
dudes.
It's my favorite that ends with Alonian.
They were known for being some funny cats.
I just love that. Like,
what was the joke? Did they know what the joke was?
It doesn't actually say.
It was just like two carvings, or like guy with arrow pointing at other guy's mom. That's awesome. We have no idea what any of those little drawings mean. Like all the Egyptian ones. Like, oh, this means the pyramids were built by aliens, or it means the guy who drew the picture was fucking mentally retarded. Who knows? We have no way of ever knowing.
No, it's true. We don't know who actually fucking wrote those tablets. Why do you think there are such weird places? They're being found in the most worst places around to hide anything in. It's always only Herbert that sat out by himself that nobody liked because he was crazy.
And they always come up with like the weirdest, like scientists are always like, oh, you see the way the head is rounded? That indicates that you don't know what that indicates, liar. Anyway, sorry.
That's so true. I'd never even heard of this one here. So it says that 2 diseases have been successfully fully eradicated. Do you know what the 2 diseases are?
I'm assuming they're claiming malaria.
No, because that still exists.
And I'm gonna go with No, not a clue.
No.
Munchausen
Smallpox.
syndrome. Oh yeah, smallpox.
The other one is called Rinderpest.
Oh yeah, that's bad shit.
I've never heard of that.
You know,
Last
it's
case of Rinderpest was in 2001.
before we all like celebrate and pat ourselves on the back. We never did anything about big pox.
Yeah, I never understood that. Why isn't there a big? Is there a big pox? What happened to it?
I think big pox is like chicken pox.
Maybe.
Small pox is littler. Comes on blankets that we give to
here we
native
go.
people.
Rinderpest, also known as cattle plague and steppe murrain, was an infectious viral disease of cattle, domestic buffalo, and other species of even-toed ungulates, including buffaloes, large antelope, deer, giraffes, wildebeest, and warthogs.
Well, am I ever glad we took care of that one first?
Like, what the hell is that?
It's probably like hoof and mouth disease, like mad cow, but for buffalo.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it says Rinderpest is not known to infect humans.
Oh, good. I'm glad we focused on that one instead of like AIDS.
Can't have. Well, I mean, I guess the big deal with this one is by eradicating that can kill off a lot of livestock. That's corporation money.
Exactly. Well, it's food is what we're thinking.
Yeah.
They're saving food. And that's cool, I guess. Whatever. The hell's going on here? Yeah, I don't think that should have been a priority. Like, I really don't care that we saved the buffaloes while we're all getting scurvy. I don't know.
Not smallpox.
Not smallpox. That's true. We're not getting
malaria.
Smallpox. We never really did get smallpox, though. We just gave it out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the last known case of smallpox was in like 1977.
See, that's a little too recent for me to be comfortable with. I would have thought it was longer than that. That troubles me.
No, it's no. So smallpox does exist, but it's the last naturally occurring case, because they're having cases of smallpox that have been released accidentally through those germ companies that make diseases.
Yeah, those disease-making bastards. I came very close. Speaking of old shit, I came very close when I was young to contracting scurvy.
You almost got scurvy?
I almost got scurvy. I was like the closest one ever in like the 20th century because I ate nothing but Mr. Noodle for a month. And my doctor was like, I don't know, my breath was bad. I had like this weird tongue funk thing. And I was like, fuck. I went to the doctor and he's like, yeah, you basically have scurvy. You got to eat an orange, man.
Pick up a little bit of citrus somewhere, dude. Come on.
Good times.
I have another phobia for you.
Cool.
Churrophobia.
Churrophobia?
Churrophobia.
Like the fear of churros?
No, it is the irrational fear of fun or happiness.
I know a lot of ex-girlfriends that have that.
I know a lot of people in general that have that.
most of the girls I've dated seem to have a fear of fun.
Oh man. Scary little thing for you here. What percentage of American adults actually believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows?
All of them.
It's much lower than that. According to this.
100%.
According to this, it's 7% of American adults.
The other 93 just think Yoo-hoo and they don't know that that's not chocolate milk.
No, when you say 7%, that sounds like a pretty thing, but you're talking about 16.4 million people.
It's pretty rough.
That's beyond pathetic.
Well, prove them wrong, really. Have you ever milked a brown cow? You don't know for sure.
I've I haven't milked a brown cow. I've milked a black and white one.
I've never milked a cow, and I really probably never will, because that just seems weird and gross to me.
If you ever feel like fucking with a kangaroo,
all the time.
It's like what I want to do all the time. But you know that if you lift a kangaroo's tail off the ground, it can't hop.
That's true, and I did know that. And if you can get close enough to fucking pull that shit off before they boot fuck you to death, you're a braver man than I. Kangaroos are not nice. They are not like a friendly, cute thing.
No, they're dicks.
They're dicks, and they're vicious dicks, and they're tough as like moose. Like, pound for pound, a kangaroo versus a moose, my money'd be on the kangaroo.
Yeah, it's true. But I don't know. I mean, like, we've all seen that video where the guy punches the kangaroo in the face when it attacked his dog. And it just stood there, stunned.
You recall.
It gave me hope that I could go out and punch one out one day.
Well, yeah, but like Jamie Czar in grade 12, I popped him once and he was stunned for a minute. He still beat the shit out of me 10 minutes later, but I got in one good shot. Yeah. You don't see what happened after when the kangaroo came back after drinking the rest of the day with his friends.
Yeah, all bitter and drunk and pissed off. I'm gonna kick your ass, man.
Mate.
Oh man, this is an interesting one here. Most Korean people don't have armpit odor.
I will. Okay.
So here's what it is. So only 0.006% of the Korean population have the ABCC11 gene, which is the cause of armpit odor.
That's weird. And I guess I guess you get that gene from not eating dogs?
Maybe you get it from eating dogs. I'm not sure.
Either way.
I don't know how that works. So if you're ever going to start up a business, don't start up a deodorant business when you're in Korea.
I was going to say they probably don't sell a lot of Axe there.
No, I would assume not.
I wish they would, because I wish they wouldn't sell it here. But that's cool. I pick on Korean people a lot on this show, and I don't know why. I'm sorry, guys. I love you and all.
You non-smelly little bastards.
Yeah, that's cool as shit. I'm jealous of that one.
I mean, if I was a Korean, I would never shower again.
Oh, shit. That'd be awesome. I'd sleep in for an extra hour every day. I'd probably be so much more successful if I was Korean. Just from the extra sleep alone.
Exactly. Oh, man. This is something I did not know. The original London Bridge, it's now in Arizona. Yeah, it's now in Arizona.
Is it a building?
No, it's an actual bridge.
Okay. Just I know they like a lot of ships that came from England back in the day. Like we decommissioned them and then we took the steel and made buildings in Vancouver. That's a lot of the old buildings are built out of old British ships. So I just thought it was something like that.
No, it was taken apart in 1963 and shipped overseas before being reassembled piece by piece.
That sounds like a big job. And kind of a pointless. Why would you? I don't get it.
Because that bridge is the reason Arizona is what it is right now, because that helped bring people into when the town was being developed.
And that's something they want to celebrate?
Apparently.
Okay. Well, way to go, Arizona. I know nothing about Arizona, to be honest. I can't say anything about them.
I know that a friend of mine lives there, and a bunch of years ago, it got really hot, and she posted pictures, and she had a whole bunch of melted candles in her backyard, and it wasn't because they were lit.
Weird.
Just from the heat. Just melted from the heat.
That sucks. That's very hot. Sorry, I don't mean to sound distracted. I just got a I'm waiting for something. I ordered a pizza while we were talking. I'm fucking hungry.
I got one for you. This is science. This is wicked science for you. Ready for this?
I'm ready.
There is a thing that is called Pinocchio's paradox. You ever heard of this?
I have. Why do I know this?
Well, what it is if Pinocchio were to say, "My nose will grow now," it would cause a paradox. Just think about it. Pinocchio's nose would have to grow to make his statement not a lie, but then it can't grow, otherwise the statement would not be a lie.
Well, no, that's all ass backwards. Because it would be it's a true statement, so his nose wouldn't grow. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, and then that's
there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking weak. As far as paradoxes go, like
it's a shitty paradox. What it's still, I guess it still is one. I guess.
I guess. Yeah, I guess my big paradox would be, who the fuck cares? It's a Disney puppet.
But he was a real little boy.
He was not. No, he was not. He was as real as chocolate milk coming from brown cows. I wonder how many people think he's real.
But I thought I saw it on the internet somewhere.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Who sits around? Who has time to sit around and think about this shit? Why aren't you curing COVID, you retards?
Because these are the best they come up with.
The Pinocchio paradox. Like, put down the bong and go solve a problem.
You pretty much guarantee that's where that came from, too.
Pinocchio's paradox. Well, I got fucking why are you publicly funded paradox.
Why don't you answer that question? Hey, Eric, if I were to ask you, how many penguins could a polar bear eat in a single sitting? What would you say? 7?
Yeah.
Yes, do you want to answer this?
What?
Do you want to answer this?
What is it?
Question is how many penguins could a polar bear eat in a single sitting? A penguin, even though they don't, because they live on the opposite end of the earth. But if they could, how many? 8. Eric said 7. You say 8. The answer is actually 86.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we were combining our number. We planned that earlier. You didn't know.
Exactly.
We came up with 87, and you're going to find, no, it was 86. Fuck.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.
Oh, man.
Oh, hang on one sec. Keep talking. Talk to the audience. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hello, audience. How you doing? I'm really not going to say a whole lot of shit. I'm just going to talk crap until Eric decides to come back because I don't have anything else to say when nobody else is listening.
False alarm.
There we go. Oh, so disappointing. Did you know that movie trailers were originally shown after the movie?
I did not. No.
Well,
I
that's
did not.
why they were called trailers, because they trailed the movie.
Yeah.
But at one point they realized nobody sticks around to watch them, so they put them in the beginning.
I do. I'm the nerd who does. If I like a movie enough, I'll sit through the credits because it's a sign of respect to the filmmakers. So I'm that nerd.
Yeah. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, most people don't.
No. I mean, if they're going to put something at the end of it, like what the Avengers movies does and stuff they're going to put at the end, then sure, I'll stick around. But I'm sure the only reason I'm reading any of it is because I'm looking for funny names.
Oh, yeah, no, nobody really cares. It's just like a pretentious hack thing to do. I used to just do it to annoy my friends in college, basically. Like, sign of respect, guys. Fucking, you guys go ahead.
I'm going to sit here and watch this. You guys go outside. Oh, man. So we all know how big and powerful an eagle is, right?
A little bit.
Well, did you know that they can actually hunt down a young deer and fly away with it?
No, but it makes sense. Sure.
Yeah. I wonder how young, like maybe fresh born.
I wonder if they get that
Like-
guy that's hanging out across the street from my house. I don't like the way he looks at me.
Just go and pick him up.
I'm gonna go fucking see if I can hire an eagle. That's a big deer. I don't think an eagle could mess with him. Eagles get big ass though. Like they get like 10-foot wingspans and stuff.
Yeah, they're huge. They're just huge.
See
The
them-
first time I saw one in BC, I was standing on a balcony of an apartment building I was going to rent overlooking the Capilano River.
Was it his apartment?
No, we were just going to. No. What? No. It wasn't his apartment. Dick. No, but I was standing on the balcony and an eagle had come up and flown like probably maybe about 50 feet in front of me. In front of the balcony, came right up and made his high pitched sort of sound, whatever it is, and flew away.
That is not the eagle. The eagle that makes that sound is not capturing a deer anytime.
He just whines at everything. An eagle. Fuck you.
50 feet away, went, eagle.
So my eagles and seagulls sound the same. Whatever. Mine.
A bunch of deer just laughing at him. Oh, nice try, fag.
Here, I'll stand on this rock so you can come and get me, you dumbass. You'll still miss. Oh, man. So did you know? So you know the ocean.
Yes, I know the ocean. I've
Did you
heard
know
of it.
that only 5% of the ocean has been explored?
I did know that. That
And of
terrifies me.
Did you know that only 1% of the seabed has been discovered and explored?
I don't know the statistics, but I know we know very little about the sea, and it bugs the shit out of me that we're exploring space and not the sea, because there's way more weird shit down there. I think we're not doing it because we're afraid, because it's fucking dark and everything down there sucks.
Nothing's happy down there.
No, everything we haven't discovered is disgusting and just wants to kill things. Every time they find something new in the ocean, it's never like a good thing. It's always some vicious, horrible creature with like glow in the dark eyes and shit.
And 5-inch long teeth that are like little
always.
spike razors.
Every foot deeper you go, is 1 foot longer those fucking teeth grow.
It's funny. So if you ever want to have a night of giggles with your significant other,
okay,
what you should do is you should make a meal containing these 6 foods: beans, corn, bell peppers, cauliflower, cabbage, and milk.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can laugh while I shit for the rest of the night. That's hilarious. That's a bunch of giggles. Honey, we're out of toilet paper.
So all those foods will definitely make you fart.
Hey, honey, I just shit my pants. My ulcer's bleeding again. Good times. Night full of giggles. I disagree. I respectfully disagree.
I just think it's just one of those things that just might be a good idea.
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. This is not going to be funny.
I don't know. I'll laugh.
Yeah, it's true.
But I'm an asshole, so
We can laugh as Eric walks away single again.
and you're like, worth it. Did you know that there's a spider called the hobo spider?
I did know that.
Almost every time a person has been bit by one has been because it was accidentally crushed or squeezed by a human.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah. So they're for those that don't know, it is it's literally called the hobo spider because like it's also just all it does is wander around, lives by
Asking
itself,
for change.
asking for change. Yeah,
Rides trains a lot.
always on the hunt for a cigarette. Hey, man, come on. I haven't eaten in 5 days. Let me off.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, fucking homo. Didn't I see you get into a BMW later? Get the fuck out. Fucking liar. Hey, how far do you think, or how far away do you think you can hear a lion's roar?
12 feet.
No, 5 miles.
Oh, shit. That's a loud lion. Lions, lions are closer to canines than to felines. Is that not true? I believe
that is true. I am true. I am true. That is true. I'm a piece of shit. That's
a weird thing to know. I don't know. That's weird.
To give an idea, so a lion's roar can be as loud as 114 decibels, which is roughly 25 times louder than a gas-powered lawnmower.
That is true. That's pretty ridiculous. That seems like unnecessary, really. I don't know why you need to be that loud. Like, you're already the fucking king. You just got to go brag about it at fucking thousands of decibels. Like, fuck off.
That's why. Because he can brag about it louder than anybody. You got to find somebody else that can talk as much shit as a lion. Apparently, nobody is louder.
That's not always a good thing. It's pretty fucking obnoxious, really. They don't really do much. Like, who made them the king? They're kind of like, lions are the king of the jungle, like Elvis was the king of rock, really. They just kind of gave that name to themselves, and everyone agreed because they're big.
Well, Michael Jackson gave himself the name of the king of pop, so.
He did not.
That was him. He said it, didn't he?
He said it. He's not. He didn't name himself that, though. People did that to him.
I thought he was one that he actually made the statement, I am the king of pop.
I don't think he did. I'm sure he said it. I don't think he came up with it.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's a good fuck you to Prince, though.
Yeah.
I'm Prince. Yeah, well, I'm the king.
We both talk like this.
Prince totally does it. His voice is like deeper than mine.
It's so true.
I don't even know why I did that.
I'm Prince. I'm Prince. And I sing like this.
He did. He had a very deep voice. Lots of guys who sing in like that falsetto.
Not all of them.
They do.
No, it's true. And
like Axl Rose. Look at Axl Rose. Axl Rose, boy, is way down here.
Yeah. And well, he only sings like that. That's not actually normally how he would have sang. He actually sang in a completely different sounding voice. And then somebody was picking on him for how he was singing, saying there's just no balls to it. So he goes, oh yeah, I'll give you fucking balls. And he pulled out this raspy note and fucking hit that nasally thing. And everybody in the band was like, okay, that's it. That's your voice.
Oh yeah. Dude's
you have to sing like that from now on. He's like, great, that's going to blow my vocal cords out completely. Thanks, guys. But yeah. Did you know that there's only one country in the world named after a woman?
Wow.
Just one. Can you name the country?
I don't get it. What? Zaire.
No. St. Lucia.
Oh, yeah, that one. St. Lucia a country? Oh, I guess it is.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's a small one, but it is a country.
I think my pizza's here now. I didn't know that.
Ah.
You know, there's only 5 countries in the world that are one syllable.
There's only what?
There's only 5 countries in the entire world that their name only has one syllable.
Guam. Hague.
Hague's not a country.
Hague?
That's not a country.
Town. That's a town. That's a city, isn't it?
I actually don't remember them all. I know Chad is one. Guam, Chad.
Chad.
I don't remember all of them. I guess I probably should have thought of that before I brought it up. You guys think about it for a minute. I'll be right back.
I'll be back. Just to finish that one off, so that St. Lucia, it's interesting because it It was discovered by the French after they were shipwrecked on the island, and they arrived on December 13th, which is the feast day of Saint Lucy, hence why they named it Saint Lucia. So there you go. There's the finishing thing. Well, Eric gets his pizza.
All right, everybody get back to work. Did you figure it out yet or what?
No, I was just finishing up about Saint Lucia.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So who is she? Who is it? Why is that country named after her? What makes her? What was her name and what makes her so special?
Well, when Saint Lucia was discovered by the French after they were shipwrecked on the island. They arrived on December 13th, which is the feast day of Saint Lucy. So there was already Aboriginal people there, and they were celebrating a thing called Saint Lucy.
Saint Lucy, as in the missing link, the
I guess
the primal, the Lucy, the skeleton that we found.
Oh, I don't know.
The prehistoric one that it was the link between man and between Homo erectus and the one before us, and they named it Lucy.
I don't know. Sure.
Read a book. No, that's very cool. Way to go, Lucy.
There we go. So the 5 countries that have one syllable names, you have Chad, France, which we just said and didn't clue in, Greece, Laos, and Spain.
Huh.
What was the first one?
You said Guam. Yeah, Guam's not a country.
Guam. Isn't it? Oh, no.
No.
That's
Guam's technically part of the States.
Is that the only reason why it's not a country? Because it's part of America?
I don't know. Probably lots of reasons it's not a country.
Probably right.
I don't know what it takes to be a country. I'll find out when I start mine.
Well, since you asked that, let's see.
I don't know. Do other countries in the world have to I know they have to recognize you, but do they have to hold a vote or something? Yeah, okay, you're a country now.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I really, really don't.
The Vatican did it, so it can't be that hard to do.
I'm just trying to find here the country with the most syllables.
Tanzania.
United States of America is 9.
Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Democratic Republic of Congo is 10. Central African Republic is 8. And see, no, this doesn't work because one says it says Bosnia and
Bosnia Herzegovina.
Yeah,
I should have thought of that.
And United Arab Emirates is 8 as well, or 7.
Huh. But no one ever calls it that. Everyone just says the UAE.
Yeah, well, same with them. Well, states, nobody really call it United States of America.
They don't call it the States. Nobody in the States calls it the States.
No.
They call it the U.S., or they call it America, but they never call it the States.
America.
It's like a Canadian thing.
Well, fuck them anyway. Hey, do you know what a baby spider is called?
Tiny jackass?
Spiderling.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I could have guessed that, too. Makes sense.
Kids, if you ever want to get a job with the United States Navy, keep playing your Xbox.
Yes.
Reason that is because they have started using Xbox controllers for their periscopes.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
We were just talking the other night about how it improves your hand-eye coordination.
There you go.
it would make sense that they would adopt a similar technology to get, like, they want to recruit you when you're like 17. What better thing to do than just make it like that natural transition? Here, you're playing a video game. Oh, now you're killing brown people, but it's the same thing.
Instead of Nazis, it's brown people.
And the kids don't know what they're doing. They think they're just playing Grand Theft Auto. They don't know they're really killing people.
That's something I'm actually surprised about. I'm surprised they haven't created, like, the government hasn't created a game that you think is just like some regular war game, but you're actually sending in like real drones and stuff to kill people. And you just don't know it.
Yeah, that would be cool, except it's the plot of like a 1983 Matthew Broderick movie called War Games.
Oh, sort of. That was just missiles.
Yeah. But the government can't do it now. It won't be cool. Everyone will make fun of them. Unless they actually get Ferris Bueller to do it, then it would be kind of dope.
Dude, that would be the only way it'd be cool. Hey, what's a word that can be read forward and backwards? It's the same.
It's a palindrome.
It's a palindrome. Well, did you know that what I have here is I have a four-worded question that is a palindrome.
It was just International Palindrome Day last week, I believe.
Oh. So I'm a little off on this one, but if
forward question.
Yeah. So the question is do geese see God?
No, they don't.
But if you were to spell that backwards, it's the exact same.
Yeah, I guess it is. That's very cool. I like palindromes. I'm a dork. I enjoy palindromes. Like Ogopogo is a palindrome.
Do you know where they get the name palindrome from?
Yes, but only because it's a They Might Be Giants song. I palindrome I.
Oh. Well, for those that aren't fans of They Might Be Giant, because most people have never heard of them.
They did the Malcolm in the Middle theme song.
Well, that's right, but very few people actually still know that too.
Shut
up. It comes from Greek palin, which means back, and dromos, which means direction. So it's back direction.
Huh.
So there you go.
Yeah, I was going to say something terrible, but I'm just not going to. Not in the mood. It was going to be bad, though. I'll put that on the Patreon version. You guys can pay a toonie and you'll hear the bad thing I was going to say.
Perfect. Do you know there were 3 passengers that were the very first passengers ever in a hot air balloon? Do you know what they were?
Mice.
No. It was a sheep, a duck, and a rooster.
That sounds like a delightful cartoon.
It kind of does. It happened in 1783. The flight lasted for a whopping 8 minutes.
Before they all burned and perished?
Nope. Safe landing.
Safe landing, and then they were killed and everyone ate them?
Then they were sacrificed to the gods for doing such a good job. So there you go.
I wonder what animals think when we do that to them. Like, what did Leica the space dog think when we just shot it into space?
What the fuck are you doing to me? What the fuck are you doing to me?
That's gotta suck for them. I can't imagine it's not fun. Like they didn't enjoy the hot air balloon.
No. I mean, I'm sure the duck wouldn't have given why would the duck wouldn't care? They fly.
Well,
they fly high. They wouldn't care.
Too busy trying to rape them both up there.
What was that number again? Is that like 98% or 96% or something like that?
Now I got you two alone.
We're gonna make a duck rooster sheep combo. Get over here.
I'll be the meat in that sandwich.
Oh man.
That's
in Uganda, around 40.
Why is it Uganda?
Because it's Uganda. Around 48% of the population is under 15 years of age.
That is brutal.
And there's 41 million people that live there.
Right? They all start having kids when they're 7. That is 41 million people, and half the population is under 15.
Yeah.
That has got to be a whiny fucking country.
And if you were to expand that to the age of 30, then 77% of the population is the age 30 or under.
Could you imagine what Canada would be like? We'd be exactly like Uganda.
Yeah.
Bunch of sniveling little wandering around with no clothes, bugging Sally Struthers for food.
Okay, this next one I call absolute bullshit with. The average male gets bored of a shopping trip after how long, Eric?
7 seconds.
According to this, 26 minutes.
I say that's long.
I say that's long too. Most guys can't handle doing that type of thing.
That's almost a half hour.
Yeah.
If I'm not good and drunk, or there's a definite promise of sex after, I'm not in for a half hour of shopping.
I have a tendency, I can amuse myself while clothes shopping with a woman for hours on end. But the problem is I usually end up becoming so frustratingly annoying for the woman that they end up just leaving after 26 minutes.
Well, I think we all do that intentionally. That's a thing we learned when we were a kid. You know, you do a shitty job doing the dishes and then they don't ask you to do the dishes anymore. Same thing with shopping. I am going to make this terrible for you. You will never ask me to go again.
Well, apparently, women don't get tired of shopping until around 2 hours.
That is incredibly short.
Yeah.
I would at least double that. Cut the guy one in half, probably a third, and double the woman one. And that doesn't even include like parking or like getting to the store. That's just 4 hours of just flicking through the same fucking rack.
See, I'm like that. You could put me into like an HMV or something like that. You can put me into like a record store. I'll be in there for hours on it. No problem.
For sure. Stick me in Tom Lee. I'll shut up for 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
But do I think the exact same dress in 4 different colors looks incredibly different on you? No, I don't. Just fucking figure it out.
Stop lying. Oh, man.
Does this make my ass look fat? No, the fucking Cinnabon does. Let's go.
Let's go get you one. Speaking of. Oh, man. I find this to be pretty fascinating. Did you know that in the 16th century, and for those that aren't inclined to know this, that's the 1500s, Turkish women could initiate a divorce if their husbands didn't pour coffee for them.
That sounds like today. When women will initiate divorce for just about any fucking reason. That's weird. No, I didn't know that.
And it's all because coffee was such an integral part of their society. That, yeah, if she wasn't respected with it, then, yeah, she could leave them.
I know my landlord, and his wife is Turkish. And he just looks like, he's very quiet. Looks like, yeah, I could see that.
I don't like coffee, so I can't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you'd be screwed in Turkey. Or not, yeah. I guess, would be.
No, I probably would never get screwed in Turkey.
That's right. I want to go there. I've heard it's a lovely place.
Yes, it looks great. Oh, interesting. I didn't know this. Apparently, yeah, you know that show 16 and Pregnant? I do. Well, apparently, after the premiere of that show, teen pregnancy rates dropped.
That's, I guess, a good thing.
They dropped by 5.7% within 18 months of the show airing.
I'd say that's probably coincidence.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Look at it by season 2. That's what I always say.
That was an insanely popular show in the States, so I know they went on for years too. I didn't realize that they were on like till the kids were like growing up and having kids.
Yeah, then they were appearing on the show.
It's always weird to me when like child parents are all like proud as shit when they're a grandma at 29.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I'm a grandma. Like that's not. I don't think you should celebrate.
No. I mean, sure, you can make the list of young hot grandmas list every year, but still not.
I think there's just a point where GILF isn't cool. Like,
yeah. The fact that GILF exists is fucking scary enough.
Maybe should have got a diploma. Would have been, that's cooler too. That sentence makes me think that I didn't get a diploma, so I should shut up. That's some bad grammar.
That's some bad grammar right there, my friend.
I got GILFs on the mind. What do you expect?
That's funny. Did you know that honeybees can recognize human faces?
I don't know that there's any way they could probably test that properly.
Well, they see faces as a compilation of 5,000 individual images.
We think.
Kind of like pixels. And apparently they've found a way to prove that they can.
When I'm rich, I'm going to devote my life to teaching bees how to draw sketches and see if that's true.
Just a tiny little paintbrush attached to their bum and
see if they actually recognize. So don't commit crime in front of bees. That's fine. I'm good with that.
This is weird. You ever heard of the Battle of Hastings?
I have, yes.
Well, did you know that it didn't actually take place in Hastings?
No.
It took place in the town called Battle.
It takes place in Vancouver every 7 hours.
Yeah. It actually, the famous Battle of Hastings actually took place 7 miles from Hastings in a town that is today known as Battle.
That makes sense.
It kind of does.
None of that shit, like the 100 Years' War wasn't 100 years. And all that shit. They were just weird like names that they made up. They don't know it was the Battle of Hastings. No, it wasn't. They just make shit up. And then we just go with it. We don't know.
We really don't. Oh, man. Okay, last one for me. Because I'm going to have to get going soon. But this is just interesting. While trying to find a cure for AIDS, the Mayo Clinic ended up making glow-in-the-dark cats.
I knew that one. I've heard that.
It was a specific protein that was fluorescent green. And they wanted to find out if it worked. If the animal glowed, then it worked.
That's why I stay away from them and I go to the Miracle Whip Clinic for all my medical testing.
That's funny.
No Mayo Clinic for me.
No Mayo Clinic for me. Just the Miracle Whip.
That's terrible. It's like Dick Clark writing my jokes tonight.
After he died. There you go.
That's very cool. Well, I know Gord wants to go, but I do want to just point out something interesting news-wise that I think it was about 2 weeks ago that I said it's a good chance Justin Trudeau's going to call an election.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his throne speech totally tanked yesterday, and they're pretty sure, all the major news outlets are pretty sure an election's coming before the end of the year. So everyone got on board with what Eric said.
But nobody will admit it, though.
Which always happens, but nobody wants to talk about it. I'll see if I can get him to talk to me. I want to get Jagmeet to come on and have a little chat with us, chew the fat with us, if you will.
I almost said powwow, but I realized I was wrong Indian.
Wrong kind of Indian. He is dots, not feathers.
The look I just got was priceless. The hand over the mouth and everything.
So we know he's a minority government, our Liberal government. So they need the support of another party to continue their rule over us. Bloc Québécois said they will only support him if they continue to receive unconditional transfers of like money, which shouldn't happen in this, but they're worried now because people keep saying that should stop happening. And they're like, no.
No.
Jagmeet said he'll only support them if they extend to Serb, which makes no sense. You would think the NDP would want people to get back to work, but no, he'll extend to Serb. Get going.
No, only the conservatives want people to go back to work. Nobody.
Yeah, and the conservatives, their big thing was just no. They're just not. It doesn't matter what the fuck he does. They are not supporting him. So it's kind of a shit situation for him. I think just an election's coming. So it'll be, I don't know if they'll wait for, like, we got the BC election coming up at the end of October now. And then the American election in November. I don't know when he's going to do this. That's going to work to his favor.
He'll probably try to do it like in the middle of the U.S. election, just so that people are more focused on America than they are.
100%. You couldn't be more right. You pay attention to this shit. I love it. I think you're absolutely right. I also noticed.
I get lucky with when I speak sometimes.
He's got a pretty sick goatee coming in right now. He's getting bearded up for the election.
He's getting the beard already.
So who knows? It's going to be a fun one. But you're right. Yeah. I don't know if Beard. I don't even think Beard can save him at this point. But it even won me over the first time around. So who knows?
It's true. We were both taken aback by that. Nobody saw that coming.
Anyway, I won't bug you guys with too much. Sorry.
He looked really good.
He did, and he was being like mean to Trump, and I loved it. Tough.
And then he trimmed the beard a little bit, and all the brains went away.
It was when everyone found out that his switchblade was really just a comb. We all just fucking.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.
Never, ever, ever downplay the emotional tie of a lukewarm pizza.
Very true. All right, kids. That was a ton of fun. Thanks, Gord, for getting in touch. I always have a good time with you.
Absolutely.
Till then, I don't know when we're doing this again. When are we doing this again?
Probably Sunday, I think.
Sunday. Taking off a Friday and a Saturday.
Yep.
No bueno. No bueno. All right, kids, you heard the man. He doesn't like you anymore. He doesn't want to talk to you till Sunday. Until then, take care of each other.
Suck on a fat egg, fuckers. Oh, fuck.
I should have stopped.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.
There it is. Now it's recording. I can't believe I didn't notice either.
That is fantastic. That makes me really happy.
That's amazing.
I'll do a condensed version. Hi there. Happy Thursday.